Hello, good people of Twitch. We're back. I played Gwent last week, and I thought I would play some more. I only really got through to the tutorial. So it's time to actually play the game properly. Well, there's no one there at the moment, but you'll have some people soon. Feel free to let me know what I should be doing.
Wow's not find no place, no how.
You can purchase all the in-game valuables. Great. Do I want to purchase anything? Not really. You can pay a keg with your ore. And different. Oh no, you can't get all the kegs. Only some of the kegs. This looks like the ones listed premium. You would always have to pay for. So yeah, and it tells you what it contains. Grant you 5 neutral cards from any set, 4 of which are at least common rarity, and a 5th, chosen from 3 cards that is guaranteed at least rare rarity. Is common the lowest anyway, so saying that it's completely unspecial. But if you want to focus on one card set, then you can. Fair enough. Okay, I don't know where I am. I'm in the shop. How do I get into the shop? And goodies.
Big smash smash. Whack bang wow. That me know how.
Mutants Maker, which is these. I don't know whose deck this belongs to. Garcane Vampire. So these look like the monsters ones. At the end of your turn, if there is a bleeding enemy unit, boost self by 1. Deploy gain vitality equal to the total duration of frost on your opponent's side of the battlefield, and infuse an enemy unit with, at the end of your turn, there's an enemy with higher power than your own and set own power to 1, then lock self. That is beyond confusing. You infuse it with something which says that if this thing is still here with higher power, then set your own power to 1 and lock yourself. Because it makes you a slave? I don't know. Salamandra Assassin. Place a bounty on enemy unit. Poison the enemy unit with a bounty. So, a bounty, I haven't even come across this yet. When a unit with this status is destroyed or banished, opponent gains coins equal to its base power. There can only be 1 unit with bounty status on each side of the board at a given time. Order. Poison the enemy unit with a bounty. When a unit with this status is destroyed, opponent gains coins equal to its base power. So not the current power, but so, you know, it starts with 4, it would end up with 4. Fine. You get 4 points.
Where's these?
I'm picking the 5th card. This would help if I knew what was good and what wasn't. Iron Falcon Infantry. At the end of your turn, boost self by 1 if this card is the only card on its row. Bonded. At the end of your turn, boost self by 1 instead. this ability if you control a copy. At the end of your turn, boost self by 1 instead. Instead of this thing. Right, so it's just saying if you have 2 of these, they will always be boosting at the end of the turn rather than just if it's the only one on its row. Okay. Cyclops, destroy an adjacent ally unit and deal its power as damage to an enemy. Okay. Destructive. And Knight Errant. At the end of your turn, boost self by 1 for each adjacent boosted unit. And damage self by each adjacent boosted unit, and damage self by 1 for each adjacent damaged unit. Okay. Grace 9. Give adjacent units shield, then infuse them with whenever this unit loses shield, boost it by 2. And Grace being the first time this unit's power is equal to or higher than the specified amount. Trigger the ability. Right, okay, so if you can get this boosted above 9, it will then do this thing, which will give shield and infuse the things next to it. So you kind of want to boost this to 9, which it will keep boosting itself if you have things around it boosted. The condition is already met when it enters the battlefield, trigger it immediately. I don't know, this one looks like the most straightforward to use.
Crack! Smash!
Wild Hunt Hound, I think we've seen that before. Carry Ballista. Resupply. Whenever you play a warfare card, reduce this card's cooldown by 1. Okay. But only when you play a warfare card. What counts as a warfare card? Like, as in, this is a machine siege engine. Okay. And if you put it on the ranged row, it will have the ability to have an order. So you shouldn't put this on the melee row. That kind of makes sense. And at the end of your turn, gain 1 armor. Crew. Crew being trigger this ability if this unit is between 2 soldiers. Okay. So many confusing things in this game, right? Sapper. So a human soldier, play a bomb. So when you deploy it, play a bomb from your hand, then draw a card, assuming that you have a bomb. Barricade. Whenever you play a bomb, damage a random unit, enemy unit by 1, where barricade is trigger this ability if the unit has armor. This unit, if this unit has armor. So when you deploy it, it will have armor. You play a bomb immediately, and the bomb will do whatever it does, and then it will damage the enemy unit. If you play more bombs afterwards, it will continue to damage them. Got it. Predatory Dive. Each player destroys the lowest power unit. Presumably on the field of play, not just in the hand. Okay. So the Endrega Warrior, which is an when it gets deployed, you consume your adjacent units. For each consumed insectoid, you gain 1 charge. And Zeal Order, where Zeal is, you can use it when it's being placed, yeah. And the order it has is to spawn a drone on this row. So if you put it between 2 insectoids, you'll end up with 3 charges, and you'll be able to spawn 3 drones. But you just have to hope that you put it where you've consumed 2. I'm not entirely sure when that's useful. Because you're taking away 2 units for the ability to put the same units or worse back later. Eerie Head Saboteur. Deploy, boost an allied unit by 1. Very straightforward. If you control an artifact, boost that allied unit by 3 instead. Okay, well, I know if you would have an artifact or not. And then Cutthroat. Deploy, so destroy an enemy unit with 2 or less power. Fine. Bonded. And bonded, remind me. If you control a copy, then you can destroy an enemy unit with 4. Fine. But then you'd need both of them out there at the same time. Well, I mean, if I'm going for a monstery deck, I suppose I could go with that. I don't really know which one is better. Fiend. Boost all Death Wish units in your hand by 1. Death Wish, which is, okay, like the... When destroyed and moved from the battlefield to the graveyard, banish units are not sent to the graveyard. Okay. Give an enemy unit bleeding 6. Give an enemy unit bleeding 2, and if it's bonded, i.e. there's another one of these, then you give an enemy unit bleeding equal to its base power. So that would be 4. Or does it mean the other unit's base power? And Illyrian Scytheman, we know what that is. And so now these ones are maybe more important to choose wisely, even though I have no idea what these are. Perk your Drummond. Veil, which is the hidden thing. Stops you getting status effects, is it? Yeah. Splits 3 damage randomly. She's blowing her horn quite loudly. Split 3 damage randomly between enemy units on a row. Okay. At the end of your turn, if the order is not used, damage a random enemy unit by 1. Okay, so you can kind of keep it around and keep damaging it, and then when you really want to use the damage, you can, but then you won't get any more afterwards. But you should do it at least 2 rounds before the end, like you're expecting it to be passed off. Penitent, so Thrive, which is a monstery thing. Boost this unit by 1 or the specified amount whenever you play a unit with higher power. Okay. And has a Death Wish. Summon a random 7 provision cost unit from your deck to this row. This is a 7 provision cost. So it'll be something equal to this. So just put it onto the field and then... Well, when this, you put this on the field and when it dies, you'll have something else there instead. If it wasn't banished. And if it was, then, you know, sucks. And Rafford's Vengeance. So his order is to play a bronze unit from your hand, then to draw a card. And that has a cooldown, so you can use it again. And Crew, which is if it's played between 2 soldiers. Is that right? Yeah. Whenever you play a unit next to this card, damage a random enemy unit by 2. Mages contribute to this card's crew ability. So you could put soldiers, if you have 2 soldiers either side, to have both sides, between 2 soldiers, yeah. But then okay, fine. Which one sounds best? I don't know. That one. Am I going to use this deck? Probably not.
One bang splash! Battle now is trash!
A Dryad Ranger, which has Harmony. Harmony being to boost yourself by 1 or the specified amount whenever you play a non-neutral unit. His primary category is unique among all of your units. Yourself by 1 or the specified amount whenever you play a non-neutral unit. Unique among all of your... Only if it's unique among all of units. So if this is... I'm playing a Dryad Warrior, but if I play another one which is a Dryad Warrior, it won't count. Maybe. So you're trying to play like different things. Whereas the other deck was like, play all the elves, play all the elves. Whereas this is slightly different. Maybe. If you put it on the melee row, it will have the ability to damage an enemy unit by 2. And if you put it on the range row, it can poison an enemy. Straightforward. I mean, apart from the whole harmony thing. Armor up. Damage an enemy unit by 2. And spawn 3, which are students on the opposite row. Damage them by 1, and then give them 1 armor. When it says on the opposite row, if you're it's talking about you've clicked on an enemy unit, so the opposite row will be your row. Okay, I'm assuming. Back alley chemist, seal order, so an order it can use when it gets first played. Poison an allied unit and boost it by 2. I'm assuming there's some other stuff that would be useful to poison your own units. Like if you get damage, then you get a boost or something. Blue Mountain Elite, Elf Agent. If you put it on the ranged row, it will damage an enemy unit by 3 if it is the only unit on its row. Just the 1 unit, and only if the enemy unit is on its own.
Oh, shiny.
So, our 5th card then can either have Morud, which when you deploy, you boost all allied beast units by 1. Beast being the category, fine. Primordial Dao. Shield. Status that blocks the next instance of damage dealt to this unit. So it's just a big unit which can soak up the first hit, but it's damage. It's not, yeah. It's not the not the same as like locking it or veiling it. I mean, and Visigurd. Deploy, you gain charges equal to the number of boosted allied units. And the thing that you're charging up then is to damage an enemy unit by 1. Fine. Okay. If we're going to go with a monster deck, let's try and do that. Processing transaction. That was a, we're just confirming that you've taken your free stuff. Right, so how do you actually play this game? Apparently I have a quest. Win 5 matches, that will be difficult. Play 60 special cards, and win 3 matches. I mean, there's not a lot of difference between 3 and 5, but I suppose you get more. There will be people out there who will be re-rolling this to get one of those, maybe. Event contracts, so start the party, complete 1 daily quest during Ciri and Yennefer's birthday party. Only just begun. Reach level 5 by playing in any game mode. Okay. Exit the shop. I didn't even know how I got to the shop, but let's exit the shop. Journey. Standard journey. 14 bonus left. Spawn 5 units. What are these like? Unlock premium. Where are tooltips when you need them? Information. Your progress and journey you progress in journey by winning rounds in online matches. Each round 1 gives you 1 crown piece. You can continue your journey progression beyond level 100 and receive extra rewards along the way. You have a pool of 14 extra crown pieces that you gain after winning round, i.e. you won a match, you get 2 crown pieces, and 2 extra crown pieces. Resets daily on a new day. So if you win a match and you get 2 crown pieces, you'll get a bonus of 2, and up to 14 a day. Fine. Quests. Each week, only 3 quests will be available for journey, giving you 20 crown pieces each on completion. If you have a premium journey enabled, you'll get 2 times the rewards. Reroll old quests from the previous week on a new week. Fine. Switching journeys. You can easily switch from one journey to another. I don't know. I mean, we're on a standard journey. What's this? Geralt's story. Geralt was fighting. The potions he had drunk were still lingering in his veins, sharpening his senses. Last night, the damp air clung to his lungs, his heavy breathing marking the rhythm of his strikes. The Witcher cursed vehemently as he struggled to strike the creature's scale-covered flesh. Having finally hit the mark, the wounded creature retreated, diving swiftly underwater, somehow vanishing despite its large size, so he cursed once more whilst panting heavily, until finally taking a hesitant step forward, and another despite the thick sludge clinging aggressively to his legs. Something slithery crawled into his boot, sending chills deep into his bones. Barely managed to turn around as black water gushed out behind his back. Giant viper, surely as old as the surrounding swamp, had been hunting around Gullet. For years. It had been killing, growing in size and hardening its now rigid scales, until the local mayor decided to pay a witcher to end its rampage. Not only not enough Geralt thought, evading a stream of toxic venom, definitely not enough. Right, not enough pay. Fine. Is this just like a massive story? Well, why would I read this? What is this? I feel like the game tries to explain things and then doesn't explain things. It's like, yeah, there's a journey here. Play the journey. You can, you'll get bonus crown pieces. What's a crown piece? I have no idea. And if you're, here's the standard thing and here's the premium thing. I don't want to unlock premium, but fine. 24 crown pieces to the next level. And at the next level, I will get 2 keys. That's what you're telling me? And the story is this, which I could read. And the journey list is this. What? So... By now, you agree to immediate delivery of content. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then please leave a like, and if you think you would enjoy more, then please subscribe, or even join me live on Twitch. Whilst it's cliche, all of these will help the channel. On screen is something carefully curated, or something the YouTube algorithm suggests, or maybe even both. In any case, have a great day.